What transpired in Uvalde is something police departments and school districts must think about every single day. Tonight, News 4 Investigates reveals the lack of active shooter training in the city of St. Louis and why officers and school officials are concerned.
Chaos and carnage, parents panicking, and then the pain. 19 children killed, 2 teachers taken too. Robb Elementary, just like Stoneman Douglas, Sandy Hook, Columbine.
When you walk these halls, are you thinking about possible scenarios?
Always, just trying to figure out where are we vulnerable, where are we soft.
It's the nightmare scenario for DeAndre Davis, head of safety and security at St. Louis Public Schools.
In the real world, this stuff happens in a second. All we can do is kind of prepare for it.
He trains his security and teaching staff with hands-on drills.
Once the event happens, muscle memory tells you exactly what you need to be doing. Training is pivotal to that.
But when it comes to St. Louis Metropolitan Police,
how important would they be to your response?
Very important.
After Uvalde, criticism came from parents and the community about the local police department's actions. So News 4 Investigates started asking about training for our police. And turns out St. Louis City Police haven't had a large-scale active shooter training as a department in 6 years.
This way. Yes, ma'am.
It's a concern for Davis. It means many patrol officers who would be the first to respond haven't had hands-on training in the schools.
You want them in here to know the layout, to be familiar, to have some of that muscle memory already.
No doubt, no doubt. I think that will be beneficial for them.
St. Louis police aren't too happy about it either. I think it's terrible, actually, said one officer to us who wanted to remain anonymous. Others said they couldn't even remember the last time they'd had active shooter training.
I just think it's something that, we should probably look to do.
Jay Schroeder is with the St. Louis Police Union.
The problem is that since 2016, we've been kind of in protest mode for, since Michael Brown and Ferguson. So it was getting everybody geared up and trained for that. You just kind of have to pick, what you're training for.
And he says staffing shortages make trainings and everything else more difficult.
That's the real worry, is not having the people there when you do call.
But News 4 has been along as other departments have done large-scale hands-on training scenarios.
2 victims down at Hall 6.
In Lincoln County.
Police coming in.
And in St. Louis County. So why hasn't the city?
Is that a concern for you?
Though the department initially declined to do an interview, we caught up with head of public safety, Dan Isom.
The first officers on the scene should engage and go in.
And you're confident your patrol officers know that?
I'm confident they do.
He says their policies are clear and reinforced to the officers.
The first 2 or 3 officers who respond to the scene need to know that they need to go in and engage that individual. We don't have time for SWAT and 10 other groups to respond. It needs to be an immediate response, and that's the message we've sent.
Still, he says they are looking to plan another large-scale training, often referred to by the acronym MACTAC. The last one, in 2016, trained 950 of their officers. Recruits do active shooter training in the academy, and the department notes SWAT trains monthly. A statement from police said, quote, although COVID-19 limited our ability to conduct live in-person large-scale exercises, we anticipate having these types of trainings continue again in the near future, with most, if not all, of the restrictions put in place during the last few years being removed.
During lunchtime, dismissal, arrival to school.
Back at SLPS, Davis says they're working on another training next month.
Follow your friends.
Practicing for every conceivable scenario, he says, because kids' lives depend on it.
There's an active shooter in a building actually assaulting people. We're not waiting for the police.
Davis says they do have a good relationship with police command staff and have had a lot of tabletop exercises, but again says a large-scale training would be beneficial. We checked with the St. Louis County Police. They said they did one just last year. Is there something you want me to investigate? You can email me at investigates@kmov.com. I'm Lauren Traeger, News 4 Investigates.